Mm-hmm. It is, yeah. Well, hopefully, there'll be further developments in the rollback game for SNES. Hmm. I mean, you changed some of them at least, right? Oh, for some reason I thought the title screen was, yeah, 'cause that was a big deal for Street Fighter 2 CE. Yeah, the blue green. That's a color scheme I like a lot too, and probably like played a part of like attracting me to the game when I was 4 years old. Personally, because I actually saw CE before I saw World Warrior. Technically, then like when right, so I saw CE first, and then like later on, because I eventually also got like the CE Hyper Fighting package on Genesis, and then at a friend's house who had SNES, they had World Warrior, and just like where's the other four characters? What? That ain't right. That's so weird. Well, they had very limited programming in World Warrior anyway, and they didn't have like full animations. Like I think at least one of them couldn't crouch. Gosh, but yeah, they had limited moves at the very least. That I did actually on Genesis. So what I would do with my Street Fighter two for codes is I would use this code that I saw in like a guidebook to let all special moves be done in the air. No, no. I mean, he's broken, but he's not like that good. And considering, especially Guile and Dhalsim, kind of like are the two best in World Warrior. Like that's pretty rough. On the other hand, you may get the 1 in 255 or so one button spinning pile driver, so that's fine, funny. In Street Fighter 2, I have trouble doing it. Most. Well, maybe fight games. Yeah, maybe. Mm. Well, I've never loaded it up, so back and forth for me. Depends on the game and the genre and such. Yeah, okay, so I'll run to the bathroom and then I'll make the tweet and we'll do our thing. Yep. All right. Okie dokie. Yeah, let's tweet that we're live. Been had live. Currently live. Quote tweet, self retweet, all the tweets. We are in there. Uh, Muted. I never had you muted. I didn't change any settings. Yeah, I don't think I changed any volume settings. Okay, I was about to do another test. Hello? I mean, I always could hear you, but I was listening, through my call. Let me let me test it through the stream, I suppose. No, you're not showing up in the desktop audio. Just my mic, yeah. Why is there no desktop audio all of a sudden? Oh, is it not recognizing the device? That would be strange. Because, I see the desktop audio here.
That's like the desktop audio is peaking when I'm talking, right?
It's default. Let's try,
Because usually when oh, there we go. Now I can hear myself.
Yeah, so just changing that setting changed it. Because I think my headset wasn't being recognized.
Oh, okay.
As the default device.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, damn, so they missed that conversation. So yeah.
No, I heard myself earlier on the stream. That's why it didn't make any sense. I was like,
oh,
no,
wow.
we clearly had the audio. It's like, what? So, no,
Weird.
okay, good.
But okay, hi, everyone. Welcome to Run This at 10. Here with Tobemorecrazy,
Hello.
aka TMNT TF. After I just take care of a real quick personal affair, we are going to start our set. First to 20 in TMNT TF using a special Champion Edition mod. Why don't you tell me a little about it, actually?
So yeah, so Championship Edition was the result of an SRK thread way back in the day. We happened to have enough people talking on that forum thread that we attracted a hacker by the name of Enagami. They kind of just joined up and said, "Hey, I would be interested in working on this game," and it all kind of grew from there. We founded a Discord. We added a whole bunch of colors. We did all sorts of stuff, and now it's kind of the standard for playing the game at a competitive level. If you've ever seen it at like a major tournament like Combo Breaker, you saw Championship Edition. Just adds new colors and it kind of simplifies a few things to make quality of life a little bit better for people playing.
Mm-hmm. And it's even extended that I've seen cartridges with it too, right? Not just like ROM hacks or anything like that, but you can play on original hardware with it.
Yeah, well, we typically use like an SD to SNES or an EverDrive because there's been updates, but there hasn't been updates for a while. That may change in the upcoming months, but yeah, we actually have seen cartridges of this online. It's surreal because it's like part of you is like, well, that's not good, but then you're like, oh, that's awesome. Someone actually made a cart of our game. Like it's flattering in its own bizarre way. So I went ahead and retweeted that stuff and got that ready for that. I'm just gonna make sure the Discord knows. For those unaware,
Oh
if you're
yeah, I was
interested
about
in this
to send
game,
the challenge.
yeah, you got.
Okay.
For those unaware, if you're interested in this game, even in the slightest, and you somehow don't already know about what's going on with the SNES Fighters Discord, I'll drop a link. I think I can link in here. Let me
Yeah,
see.
I don't think I have it disabled. What?
It's probably not. Yeah, let me just make 100% sure. Oh yeah, there you go. Is if you're interested in actually learning more about SNES fighting games or this hack in general, you can do it right there. Go ahead in there, and there's tons of people who are willing to teach you more about the game. And I will accept your challenge. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Yep, no, we're set and ready.
Sweet.
Yeah, look at that company.
It's a rare beast nowadays. The classic colors we were talking about earlier on that title screen.
Actually,
oh, sorry, what?
I think I gotta change my camera positioning a bit.
Oh, okay, take your
for
time.
this game. Yeah. Yeah, I think a centered camera would be a little better than a left camera.
Yeah.
Since I am playing on full screen mode. Let me just see how that looks real quick. See my shot. Yeah, I think that looks better for this game.
There's some area that's not used anyway, so it probably won't interfere with anything. So for those unaware, typically there was only 2 colors for this game. The Japanese version added the ability to switch between the colors, which is why we used to use it as the tournament default. But we decided, okay, well that's kind of stupid. So well, now... oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying it's funny you mentioned that because there are balance differences in the Japanese version.
Yeah, Asuka got changed. There's like some very minor stuff, mostly to Asuka. It's weird. Like, you'd think they would have caught some of the other bugs, like the Chrome Dome bug still in, but Asuka's slightly different. That's cool. She looks different too. I guess that's also pretty cool. But if you want to change colors, if you're just playing the game, you just press L or R at this screen and it'll let you cycle through all the colors. You can go when you're at N because you get the Mirage color. Like I said, it's a lot of colors. Typically, we find there's a couple of colors that really get really popular and get used a lot, but you know. One thing I just will remind people watching, just real fast, if you want to play this game at a tournament level, technically there's only 3 stages because they are normalized. It's the pirate ship, Mount Olympus, and then of course the scrapyard. I like the scrapyard best out of all of them, but a lot of people really like the shipyard music. What's your opinion, Dai?
I think we'll rotate between the 3 of them.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
To keep it fresh. I said as I mentioned a couple days ago, scrapyard does have my my homies.
Yeah, looking good.
Look at him be cheap.
I feel like saying that there's something cheap in this game is like you don't have to worry about that. It's gonna be
not versus this character. Yeah. Hi, Groove Diva. Oh, word?
Wow, I got lucky.
Oh. Out of read.
Nice throw. Oh.
Chip on the super. Nice. Yeah, dang. I thought the super could reach full screen, but oops.
That's the yeah.
Better to learn it now, right? In game 1.
Very nice.
Couldn't do the full combo. I tried to go fancy a minute.
Shredder's got a little of everything. He's got fancy combos, he's got not fancy combos, and he's got really good throw moves. Oh, nice reversal!
Whew. I thought you got the full meter and like, oh shit, you gotta go for it. I gotta like get at him.
Yeah, that's a free throw too. So if like if you block it from the center like that, even if you get lucky enough to actually survive the chip damage, you get a free throw too. So yeah, that's it's pretty strong.
Yeah, how you doing, Groove Diva, Little Grease?
Round 1. Fight!
Oh!
Yeah, I end up playing this match quite a bit. As I'm sure you've probably noticed from like tournaments and stuff like that. A lot of the top players are big fans of Shredder. So you
nice cross up.
You tend to see him pretty often in this match. Armagon, obviously the most
oh my god,
character.
The character, yeah, the character that like makes me hate the game. Oh god.
Hey, you don't have to worry about me ever picking Armagon. if I ever pick anyone but Wingnut, something serious has happened.
Yeah, when the TMNT Matcherino comes through.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, I got so lucky there. That definitely should have been a throw. You can see I started mashing hard punch to try and throw you. I was like, please do not grab me.
Round 3, fight!
Not dizzy? Oh, not dizzy? Oh, come on.
Not quite, not quite. Oh, very nice. Oh!
No! Where's the reflect at?
That was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you definitely would have reflected that and got me too.
FDA not approved game. Yeah, this game definitely was born from my anger that there was only 2 colors and one of them absolutely sucked.
Round 1,
I think original Wingnut actually looks pretty good, but his 2-player colors not so hot.
Mistimed it. The wake up timing could be a little awkward.
Yeah, this game, well, especially Wingnut. Wingnut's just a weird sprite in general, and you know I'm gonna duck, so I got no reversal, so I kind of like have to just hope you miss.
fight!
Very nice.
No charge. Oh, I need to just go for a chip. Ooh, that was cute.
Oh, I ran the gimmick. I got lucky. You gotta take the hit. You have to take
okay,
the
so
hit.
it is that yeah. I thought about that after like the 3rd one. And then at that point though, I was feeling like I might die.
Yeah, well, that's the issue, is that if you don't immediately like take the hit, he gets at least 1 throw in, and that hurts. And then it adds up very quickly. You get 3 throws, now you're like, okay, well, I don't want to take the hit because he's gonna hit me with a combo and kill me. So I definitely understand that.
Cause that kind of media I can't reflect.
Fight!
I just happened to be far enough away where you couldn't get anything. I got pretty lucky.
Oh!
Oh, nice reversal! Very, very, very nice. You know, I didn't even think about it, but you also, when the throw loop's happening, you can also just charge back, then forward, and kick. I keep forgetting.
Well, I didn't think that way. I didn't think a reversal there would get me out.
It's definitely hard. It's not easy. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Good rush down.
Yeah, baby, shredder boxer.
he's so sick. The one thing he doesn't have is like a headbutt, but his throw is got the same sort of looping properties, honestly.
And like the knee is a pretty acceptable substitute at some points.
I mean, the knee is a great headbutt. It's a fake headbutt, but it's a nice headbutt.
And anti-airs at the very least.
Yeah. It's less Tiger Knee. I guess it's more a headbutt than Tiger Knee, but it does kind of have the properties of both.
Oh, okay. Tried my jump and miss. The frame advantage. Oh no.
Oh. Oh my god.
Nice. I'm very happy also that the game keeps track since I don't use a scoreboard, and this isn't one of those 5K games with a scoreboard.
Yeah, SNES 9X needs to add that. That is one of my favorite things about fight games, is the built-in scoreboard. It just, oh Jesus. It's like Marvel 2 when you go back to that screen, you get to see what, like how many, good lord.
Did I hit that combo, or did you just mess up?
No, I was, you hit it.
Nice. Yo, CPS flinching. Okay, I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's
Round
yeah,
three. Fight.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah. It's funny, the rounds in this game are so fast too. Like, it really is a fast game.
It can be, unless...
We actually hacked it. The next version of the game is going to have no countdown for the scores. Because I was like, that's been one of my banes of my existence, is that stupid fucking countdown. Like, no one cares about points. How many fighting games, aside from like top like score ranking people in Japan, how many people do you think actually care how many points they earned?
I mean, I like entering in my initials personally, but...
Would you rather have that for your win streak? Actually, that's a good point. This game doesn't have win streak counting.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, we gotta let you put your name in somewhere here, guys. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, there's some nice hitbox on that.
SNES ranked? I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, we tried to get it for Joy-Mech Fight. I couldn't figure that out. If you want to do one, do Joy-Mech Fight. That's one that definitely needs one. Very nice. Very, very nice. Good stuff. Yeah, the that standing fierce is really strong too. Like, it's really, really good. Even if they like block it, you can usually do like a free mix-up afterwards with knee or with the dash punch. It's super scary.
And because this is kind of like 80s, I'll get my obligatory... Will Carlton destroy the turtles?
Thinking of Will Smith coming and playing some sort of part in the Ninja Turtles movie, just because James Avery was Shredder, is a pretty cool idea. I like that idea. I hope that someday that happens. I would not be surprised if we saw that someday. Oh, nice. This game doesn't that game doesn't track wins? I thought Refreshing Lemonade said he figured it out. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, fight game. Come on.
Okay, we're in there. Not like how it's Olympus set, but yet there's a Sphinx there.
Yeah, this stage doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if it's based off like a setting in a comic, maybe, or.
Well, if you ever look at the picture of the USA, the map is absolute madness. It's like, it's obvious this game was supposed to take place in New York, but like there's just places they couldn't figure out. I mean, you could have put all these places in New York. It wouldn't have been that hard. And instead you have this.
Well, I mean, the Statue of Liberty is like in the middle.
it's holding the U.S. flag. Right. It's like,
yeah.
What? We always thought that was pretty funny. That is something I think was planned to be removed at some point down the line. Don't think we need the Statue of Liberty on the character select screen. Maybe that's why this game is so popular in New York. Giant Statue of Liberty is definitely a reason to like this game if you're from New York. Nice.
Yeah, got that bison roundhouse.
Yeah, he's got it's funny, like you said, he's got like Street Fighter 2 boss energy. He really does.
Yeah. Does.
He's got Sagat slash boxer, and also he's got dictator. It's like, okay. I don't know how I timed that. That must have just been, I don't think that's normally how that works. That'd be fucking sweet though. That would make my life a lot better. Nice.
Ooh. Oh, nice cross up.
Yeah. That standing roundhouse
nice
sucks you in for some reason. It's real cool.
Round 3, fight!
Very nice. Good thinking.
Actually, something I realized that could possibly be possible with the advanced hacking with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do a sprite replacement, right? So in the SNES and Genesis versions of NBA Jam TE, Will Smith and Jazz are playable characters.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you could take the sprite from that. See if you can take the sprite from that and put it in this game.
I like what you're thinking about. This is a good idea. I like that idea.
I want to see Shredder just throw Jazz's sprite. Really see if he can replicate those classic moments.
Well, you might. That's one I don't know how likely that is for the SNES version. But Tournament Fighters Cross Justice League, I'm sure we can see that happen.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I don't think would be much of a challenge. That could happen pretty easily.
Ah, wing fucking Nito.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Cause hey, you were at full screen. I'm like, well, I can't get him full screen, so.
Yeah. That's the thing about Shredder Super is it's really good, but it's only that great if you're close. Like you said, it's like there's no reason to even waste it if you're full screen.
Oh, what an interaction!
You do actually lose your super if you wait too long. So like you kind of have to like use it or lose it. You can overcharge your meter, but like odds are if you haven't touched the person in a few minutes, like a few seconds, you're not gonna get the super. It's probably just gonna go away. Oh, nice.
Couldn't get it to reflect up. Yeah, good stuff. Let's see, what's the score? I think it's like 6-5.
Well, we can find out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out.
See,
I don't know. I kind of like the score, honestly. It doesn't take.
It sounds cool. It sounds cool.
Oh, it's 5-4. It not just sounds cool, but it gives you a moment to breathe.
See, but that's what this screen is for. I feel like I don't know. I see what you're saying. After years of editing footage and
Okay.
just having to edit out the scores, it's just I hate these scores so much.
Round 1.
Ooh,
Fight.
Goki Shredder.
Oh, that's what the. Yeah, I see it.
Satsui no Hado Shredder.
Where's Kevin Nash Shredder?
I mean, Kevin Nash Shredder is in here.
That's what I figured. Yeah, that you guys would not miss that chance.
Every single color is a reference. Like, literally the only ones that aren't, like, references to actual things in Turtles 4 are things that I came up with just because I was like, I really want, like, Satsui no Hado Shredder. That's obviously, like, the fighting game player wants that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not for Ninja Turtles' sake. It's because I like Akuma. I want Akuma color for Shredder.
Right.
I think it works. When we do eventually get around to updating the palettes for the projectiles, which is on our plate for the next version, we're definitely going to get purple power instead of yellow.
For like that psycho power look.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not you know what I mean. You know how Akuma has purple fire in Marvel.
Oh yeah, that's also true. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about mostly when I'm thinking about it. Like his lighting is technically kind of already purple, so it works. But the reflector, I feel like that should be purple too. If you're gonna be Akuma, you gotta have the purple energy. We did want to do that for everyone at some point down the line. It would be cool to be able to modify the weapons too.
Round 1. Fight.
I was telling you about Ultra Clay Fighter, and part of the reason we started making that is because Palmod added a guide by the name of Basic Manual. He added Clay Fighter, and we were like, well, okay, now there's just no excuse. We have to like start looking into how to hack this game. So that is part of the reason we started saying, hey, we should go back and update this version and really make this a little bit more like Championship Edition-esque. Like, imagine this stage with like a sunset in the background or something like that, or different colored water. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a huge amount of change, but just a little something. Change the color of the stars, you know, maybe change the color of the health bars or something. As if you need any more reason to be sure we're playing the right version between the title screen. There's something you don't hear every day. Someone saying I'm quiet.
Well, I do have the. I think the game is pretty loud on my end.
Oh, okay.
I will look to adjust it after this game.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, yeah. They're a little bit behind us, so they don't know what we're talking about yet. Streetwise, we have it. We are gonna make sure.
Ooh. Alright, yeah, let's adjust.
It's gonna sound weird, but I usually play most of these games so low that they're basically like just almost off.
Not the way I wanted to. Maybe I'll do it through this.
If you just want to like tweak the audio for the game, I mean you can go to the volume mixer and turn it down from there.
That's what I was going to do, but for some reason it's not as fast for me to get there, so I'll just try.
Oh, just right click and then go to volume mixer.
I just turned it down in the emulator.
Oh, sweet. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Oh no, actually no. Instead, no. That was silly. I just raised your call volume.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I like the music in this game, but I have heard it 400,000 times, so I don't think anyone's gonna.
No time like the present for 400,001.
I wish I had started like keeping track of the number of matches I played of this game.
There you go. You are 35% louder, or at least
yeah. Let us know if that sounds good. Do I sound slightly better when I start inevitably screaming? Will it be okay? I cannot see the game on the stream for some reason.
Yeah, just give it a moment because you're behind.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
Pretty sure I changed it back at least.
We shall find out momentarily.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay,
Round
sweet.
1. Fight.
Ooh, that's very, yeah, now I'm dizzy. Oh, very nice.
Repeat it a few times.
The nice part about that move having some invulnerability is that it does kind of feel like tap almost. Using that dash like an uppercut is so sick. Very nice. Perfect. Yeah, that might have been out of range of the throw there. Well, that's okay. So that's the advantage is that if you do get the jump in fierce to standing fierce, you just make sure you get the charge back forward and I think it's light. I think it's charge back forward light punch, and that dizzies. Like that does a ridiculous amount of damage in dizzy.
I thought it was supposed to be jump in light punch, not heavy punch.
Well, you could do that too. Both of them work.
In
this
really?
case, the light punch is better for looping it. The heavy punch is better if like you know for a fact they're gonna take the hit. You go for the heavy punch, and a lot of times you could go up and just grab them anyway. It's hard to it's hard to judge. Like a little bit of practice, it actually is a little bit easier to tell when you can do it. But the best part, like I said, is that if you get the standing fierce instead, the standing fierce is very good at linking to the charge punch. Ooh, nice one. Yeah, the light punch one is kind of like the, okay, we know for a fact this is going to work every single time version. And the fierce punch more is like, okay, well, you get a bigger reward if you do happen to catch this version. Ooh. Oh! Very
And yeah,
nice.
that time I was gonna kill, no matter what, so...
Yeah, it's like you might as well just go for it.
Whew! Scary round.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, that's gonna be dizzy. Very nice. It's like I said, it doesn't sound the worst. I mean, I gotta give it credit. They do let you speed it up too. Like I said, there are things about it that are nice, you know. But you know, do we really need to know the points? I don't know how many points I have. You guys better show me. And the funny part is, it's money in this game, so you end up with like some ludicrously huge amount of money that would like literally destroy the economy.
Because it's a tournament, an actual tournament for the plot.
You're making that fat cash. Every single time you punch someone, you get like $1,000. You'd want to fight if that were the rules. In retrospect, actually, it's kind of like legalized like boxing matches.
Yeah.
Because you do get a ludicrous amount of money if you actually like are like a top contender. So that's what this is. It's like they know they're all top contenders. We're gonna pay them top dollar for their violence.
Ooh.
So what do you think he says? Is he saying moron crusher?
Yeah, gotta crush them all. That line, I heard, literally, like, was told that was the line. You know, oh shit, I thought it was the Disney for some reason. Idiot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh! Nice!
Yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah, like, from the very first time I played the game, I was trying out the characters, just at next level with everyone. It's like, oh yeah, moron crusher.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you agree.
Oh, this time.
Ooh, nice throw. Ooh, that was tricky. Oh, there's Dizzy. There we go. That's the real. That's what you got to start getting perfect.
The 3-piece.
That perfectly. That shit is insane. You catch that 3-piece every time you get the standing fierce, you'll be winning a lot of matches. Like, because it basically is a free stun, and then that means you're basically dead. Oh, I forgot to switch character color. But yeah, it's
I do wonder, maybe like when they're stunned already, maybe the knee is better to combo into though for the knockdown.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I can see that.
And then you can like look to loop again.
Yeah, going for the loop would make sense off of that, because I mean, at that point they're low on health. They're like worried about, oh, I don't want to get hit again or something like that. Just like what Wingnut's loop does. Like it puts you in that mindset. Yeah, Shredder is one of the few characters who gets hit by that standing roundhouse with all the hits like that. It's very, very potent. That's like, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you probably have seen Duran plays Shredder, and a lot of times we've ended up fighting in tournaments. It's come down to his Shredder versus my Wingnut.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this much, like that standing roundhouse combo has saved my butt quite a few times. So don't ever feel bad for Wingnut. If you think Wingnut's like, oh, he's getting like screwed over or something like that. No, he's got plenty of insane stuff of his own.
I was surprised there because I thought I did the reflecting time, and it seemed like he was doing it, but I guess just too slow.
I think I don't remember how many frames of startup it has, but it definitely has at least a couple.
Yeah.
Because like I looked in the replay just there, and it definitely it looked like it was starting to come out. He's ducked down.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a really good move, but yeah, you kind of have to plan ahead for it. Like, you have to be like, I know they're gonna throw a fireball, and then you have to like purposefully go up and reflect it. Not always the easiest thing to do. Ooh. Ooh.
Ah, no, I charge. Okay.
Nice.
Not enough charge. The charge timing is a little tight to get that off the jump in, I think.
Yeah, no, it is. It's not. Let me be clear. I was never saying it was easy. It's definitely not easy. You can practice it a lot and get to the point where you pretty much do it perfectly. But by that same token, there's so many things like that in this game where it's like, oh, okay, well, it seems easy on paper, but actually doing it in a match on a regular basis can be kind of tough. Oh, nice one.
Oh no, I didn't recognize the Dizzy. I had my game plan locked in a little too late.
Ooh. Oh, nice knee. Yeah, the secret for those watching, if you're interested in learning how to tell when you get dizzy, just think about every time you punch someone with like a fierce or something, it's like 150 points, and they get 4 of those before they get dizzy. So even though the dizzy goes down pretty quick, if you caught 4 heavies in the past like 5 seconds, odds are you're going to be stunning them very, very soon. Shredder's really good at that too, because he can land so many fierces in a row.
Round 1. Fight!
Oh, wow. Ooh, nice knee. Oh, see, like, right there, I would have been dizzy. Oh, wow.
Ooh,
nice.
close.
Very nice.
I mean, it was a gamble. I fully admit that.
The knee is so good at like setting up throw. It's kind of like, well, worst case scenario, yeah, you might die, but if it does happen to like completely totally miss me, maybe I'll just get thrown. It's got that same energy as headbutt, where it's like it's a really good option, but it's also got, hey, now I can throw you because I'm right next to you. Oh, nice. very nice.
Whew.
Yeah, like the fact that I can press the start button and skip the points is really nice. But like, think of it this way: like in a tournament, people don't do that typically.
Yeah, because they're breathing.
Well, but remember, there's all this time after the points. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean,
we're
it does take a
breathing.
minute to get back in there.
It's tense, man. It's tense.
It is a tense game. Yeah, this is a very tense game.
Nah, the head bite. Ooh, back there.
Oh, nice throw. I was still back turn too. That was crazy.
Hey, yeah.
That was one of those tough situations. Like, you could back off, but then it's like, well, now you're entering in a zone where you can't do anything. Like, Shredder full screen really doesn't have very much they can do.
That's why they gave him the reflector, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, that jab is surprisingly good anti-air. It's actually not too bad. Ooh, very nice.
Ah, missed time though.
Oh, nice knee throw. That was awesome. That was exactly what you needed to do in that situation. There was really just like anything else was just gonna force me to use super.
Exactly, yeah. Cannot let that happen. Ooh.
That probably would have worked, actually. I've seen that reflect some really low fireballs. Earlier you did one, I was like, I couldn't even believe that one worked.
Ooh.
Oh,
There it is. A.
standing roundhouse, like fake, like what's the super version of Tatsumaki? I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, just
like
Shinku,
that.
just Shinku Tatsumaki, yeah.
Yeah, Shinku Tatsumaki. It's got that same like weird draw-in property from that. It's pretty sick.
Round one. Fight!
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't remember all of these references. I don't remember what this one's a reference to.
Ooh. Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, that was just. I don't even know. I got lucky there. I think not dashing sometimes actually is confusing because you're like, wait, where's the dash? Like that, there was no dash. What the hell?
Round two.
There was supposed to be a dash.
That was a nice attempt, though. Oh!
Ah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh my god, I got lucky. I had a feeling you were going to do something, but I still am surprised. Because a lot of times if you're in the air, supers don't do that much damage.
Yeah, I tried to do a knee, but in hindsight, I probably should have looked to air you.
Oh, my dog.
He's getting height.
Yeah, I mean, she knows. She knows what's up. Yeah.
I admit, though, I am partial to the default for the green aura colors.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see. That's the thing. Once we have the aura colors changed, like, and they're more like customized per color, that'll be like, oh, there's more reason to pick a variety of colors. Because, like you said, otherwise you just get the yellow.
Yeah.
green. See that lucky dodge I made? I definitely was gonna get hit by that. Nice.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no, that was an accident. Shit. Oh no, I thought it was Dizzy. Yeah. Floppy.
You gotta like keep track of stun in your head. Even I have trouble doing it, but see, it would be nice to have a stun meter. That would you want a stun meter if we were gonna able to put in a stun meter? Would that be?
It's
too
technically
different?
modifying the game, yeah.
Yeah. See, I think that's the issue. It's like how do you make it Championship Edition? Championship Edition didn't add really anything aside from the color changes and like there was buffs and stuff like that, but it wasn't like a change fundamentally to the system of how it was displaying stuff. Oh, very nice.
Oof. Fortunate mash.
Round 3. Fight.
Whoa. You went deep.
That move is really good, actually. Like, without that, he would not be nearly as scary. Like, he's good. I'm not saying, like, he's bad without these, but, like, that move is just, like, it has so much time where it's out, too. Like, it counts as active the entire time. Oh.
Okay, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Back in 1 minute.
Sounds good. Well, while we're waiting for Dai to get back, I'll plug some more stuff because why the hell not? So once again, if you are even vaguely interested in this game, I would wholeheartedly suggest you go check out the SNES Fighters Discord. You could drop by there. You could grab. Nowadays things are so much easier. I mean, you can go get the JSON file. You can get Fight K2, and you can just go ahead and play whatever the hell you want. But if you do have any interest in something like, say, Mednafend, you can go download the NetPlay Pack. NetPlay Pack is really great for people who want to set up their own EverDrive and they just need the latest version of the hacks. It's a nice place to be able to grab stuff and discuss the game. A few people were very interested in watching this tonight, so I'm sure they'll be watching the replay. So hi to everyone from the Discord. Thank you for coming and watching. And hope you guys have been enjoying watching Shredder versus Wingnut. Yeah, we did. We got a person who joined. Lil Grease, thank you for joining up. We appreciate you. Let me see if I can. I'll drop people in the TMNT TF channel. Letting them know. They should, I mean, most of the people in here follow the Twitter, so they would have seen it, but just in case.
Whew. Okay then, yeah, show that Discord.
You gotta shill, what's the point otherwise? I mean, you know. That's my legacy in life is shilling video games. I'm happy with that, I'm okay with that.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay. Sometimes you just gotta be like, yep, that works. Oh, nice. Oh! Very nice cross-up. Holy. That was very nice.
Yeah, like, okay, the meter's nearing full. Gotta do something, gotta do something.
Well, sometimes you gotta get the meter just so you can stop the other person from using their meter. It's like, we have too little health for this to be an option for you right now. Tried to take the hit. You saw that got me. Oh, I got so lucky. Oh, I was dead anyway. There's no way. You were
Likely,
definitely
yeah.
getting super.
Yeah, right after the Moron Crusher.
People say that that song for the scores is really good too. You know, it's funny.
Yeah, I've got
listened to a soundtrack so much that it just stops even meaning anything anymore.
I think that was me with Sailor Moon.
Like even Street Fighter 2, I don't think I've gotten to that point where it's just like
No, Street Fighter 2 is too memorable. Yeah.
Maybe it's like my nostalgia, because this game, even though it came out around the same time as Street Fighter 2, it definitely did not feel like Street Fighter. It's funny, like everyone's always like, this game is just like Street Fighter 2, and I'm like, as a kid, it did not feel like a Street Fighter 2 game.
Oh.
I remember the first time I saw this game was at Blockbuster, and like
that makes sense.
I just remember,
this would be a game
like,
you discovered at Blockbuster. Yeah, I think I first saw it just in a game magazine, but I don't remember which.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Everyone read like at least one game magazine back in the 90s. You had Game Pro or Game Fan or something. Or
I'm pretty sure I saw all 3 versions of this game in a Blockbuster at some point.
Yep. Oh wow, the NES version, man.
I never rented any of them though.
The NES version of Tournament Fighters was like, isn't that like one of the last NES games ever made?
Might be down there. I want to say like official game that would be Wario's Woods.
Oh yeah.
But don't fully quote me on that.
Oh nice. Very nice. Very very nice.
I'm pretty sure my inputs didn't line up for that to combo, but okay. Like wow, I'm not sure like how that actually happened. That's some magic.
Yeah. Streetwise pointing out that Blockbuster
was before his time.
Sad to say, it is no more. It was a truly special thing. The only thing I've really found that kind of replaces it is I think thrift stores kind of have that same feeling, because you go in, there's just a wall of movies, and they're all dirt cheap, so it's like whatever.
They're not rentals though.
That's true.
That takes away
gone,
from a little bit.
Forever. Like if a person, I guess yeah, you're also limited by whatever people in that area wanted to get rid of. It's a different thing, but it's like nowadays, like what else is even close to Blockbuster? Like there's nothing. I guess GameFly?
Yeah, that's like their intention, right?
It's like, this is basically Blockbuster, probably. Oh, let's see, I got caught.
Ah, I couldn't get up in the air in time, but or rather, I couldn't reach you in time. Yeah.
Oh!
I'm still alive? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were dead or not at first, and then I was like, okay, I gotta jump up and do a fireball. You probably could have gotten out of that, though. If you don't do it tight, like, you can just knee right through all of that crap. You don't have to respect any of it. If you're really good, you could do the charge punch out of it, too, and that's even better. Oh, nice. I got lucky there. Oh, nice throw. Oh my god. Nice.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I thought that would be enough to kill. Oh my god, this game was Guilty Gear Xrd guts level before Xrd. It really is.
Round 3.
Netflix was kind of cool when it first came out. The only problem was that it killed Blockbuster, so it kind of fucked them a little bit. But still, I mean, in retrospect, like, what can you do? I mean, Blockbuster was doomed. You're gonna tell me Blockbuster would have survived the pandemic? Nah, they'd have been done.
They would need Blockbuster home delivery.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been, and that's just fucking Netflix.
The prox block lasted a while because I let go back for a moment after like, oh shit, no, I don't want to block this, and like, oh, I still blocked it.
That's the worst thing in this game sometimes is when you block something you don't mean to, and it's like much worse if you block it, and you're like, ah, crap. It would have been better to jump. Like, that's how bad blocking is sometimes. I'd rather get punched in the face than block this move.
Round 1. Fight!
I would really like to have like Guilty Gear style music select for this game, where you could like pick from a whole bunch of different tracks or something. Guilty Gear really does do a very good job of handling that. They don't tie the stages necessarily to to a specific song. I guess that's like an ArcSys thing in general.
Yeah.
That's like someone was like on their team helping them test stuff and said, "Why can't we do this?"
Ooh,
like
yes.
Obviously people would want to have that. We've had so many people ask to add Baxter. I don't know. Baxter is in the stage, and if you put him in the game, I mean, I guess you can.
That's kind of harder. Oh, it's time. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
That
Nice
Fierce
frame
Punch
trapping.
is really good. He's like, his Fierce Punch is surprisingly good. It shouldn't be that good. Like, he like leans back and like punches his entire body forward.
Fight!
Oh, I'm dizzy.
What? That didn't reach. I didn't even press jab there, so yeah, I don't have any idea what happened there. What do you think happened there?
I'd have to look at the thing real quick, because you know how it is. Sometimes your brain is just paying too much attention to what you're doing. You don't even see what the opponent does.
I think it's significantly behind, at least on my end. Yeah, just because, like, I hit the cancel and everything, it looked like cleanly, and he just, like, whipped the uppercut, even though I definitely did fierce. I did not press jab at all. Yeah.
Oh, I guess the pushback might have happened. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, and just didn't track enough. That's crazy. And see, like there, a knee would have actually worked because the knee is not based on proximity.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as they have the same charge time. I do not know if they have the same charge time.
Yeah, they do. They
do? Okay. Yeah. It's rare.
There are different charge times between characters, but not between like the same moves on a character. Oh wait, I guess technically maybe that's not true for Armagon, because Armagon's fireball charges ridiculously fast. Like, Armagon's fireball charges so fast, it's like faster than doing a quarter circle motion. Oh, very
okay,
nice.
I'll take it. Yeah, we both matched throw.
38, okay.
Nice.
So Shredder's slightly faster at charging than the rest of the cast, but like
other than arm.
2 frames. Ooh, nice anti-air. Oh, yep, I got caught by it. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. They're the same on Turbo. Yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind. Like there's different versions of everything.
Oh, Shrek 38. Oh, okay. I miss. Yeah, I didn't see that clearly at first. Yeah.
The interesting thing is that, like, you know, on normal is actually pretty fun. It's a little slow, but it's fun. But the problem is there's new combos that only work on normal, and that kind of it just makes certain characters even better. So it's like, okay, we really probably shouldn't let fly. So Turbo
Raph, I'm gonna guess.
Raphael already has. He does also still have an instant death in normal, but he has one in Turbo as well. So it's not like it's like, oh wow, you know, he doesn't lose the infinite based off the fact that he switched to normal. But Mikey, if I remember correctly, Mikey's the one who gets the much better combo option.
So it's funny because like I love Mikey in this game. I cannot play him because of the inputs. His overlapping inputs are so bad.
I can respect that because I do know a lot of people who feel the same way. Like, it's just like sometimes you're like, I really wish I could just do the move I want to do. Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. See, it's like, what do you do at that point? At least if you block, you might get a chance and they mess up the throw or something. Whereas if you take the hit, the odds are they're just gonna do like a crouching fierce or something like that.
Round 2. Fight.
Plus, deep down, we all want to block. No one wants to get hit in the face. It's not fun.
Only because we've gotten to a certain point of our fighting game careers. Trust me, as someone who tries to teach new players. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, very nice jab.
A little premature.
That jab is surprisingly good. His fierce is scary as well, but that jab, like, you could just rapid fire it so fast. Like, his jab is fast as hell too. Like, I mean, that's ridiculous how fast you can jab there. It's like 2 frames. But I think Shredder's might be 3. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but it's pretty fast. Ooh, nice one. Oh, nice. Yep, I couldn't do anything about that. Very, very nice. You're 4 out, man. Jeez. Gotta do something here. I gotta get 10 games.
Gotta go to ARM.
I like how just the concept of me switching to Armagon made us laugh. Like, no.
Round 1. Fight.
Speaking of which, I got real salty that Wingnut is basically confirmed not to be the Tournament Fighters version on those figures that are coming out. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, what?
Of course.
What?
So
What?
Armagon is getting a figure.
No, okay.
Armagon is getting a NECA figure. And I was like, that's awesome, that's super cool. But then they revealed there was like a leaked list which shows Wingnut, but it's Wingnut and Screwloose. And since Screwloose isn't in this version of he's not in this universe, it's like, okay, well that pretty much confirms that we're not getting a Tournament Fighters Wingnut, which is, in my opinion, just the saddest news. Like, if there's any of those figures I wanted,
at least you're getting a Wingnut. That's cool.
Well, I mean, Armagon's cool. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy
like,
that Armagon's in. But Wingnut from the cartoon is very different from
okay,
Wingnut.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Like, Wingnut in the cartoon is like, I don't even know how to describe what Wingnut in the cartoon is like. He's not like the worst character design ever, but he's someone. He's someone special. The comic book version's pretty cool, but I don't think he really looks the exact same. He looks pretty different. So if I got that and it was not the same, I mean, I could probably get over it, but it's just like, come on.
I mean, look, I got this Yuta figure, right, from H&K. He looks pretty different than he does from like everything else.
It's
one of those. I mean, he looks like samey enough that looks like just like a knockoff kind of thing.
He looks like a knock. Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's charming to me.
Well, okay, fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that. Sometimes things not being super cool, like super well made.
Like it's not a knockoff, but it looks like it kind of looks like one.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Good cross up.
I thought it actually whiffed.
Well, yeah. So the idea is that you went past me with it. So the idea was that like you were crossing over me. I guess technically a cross up is only an attack. I guess. Like if you don't.
Oh, kind of. But I thought in that case you thought I connected.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the same sort of terminology thing as like cross under. Like you don't technically attack during a cross under, but if a move like crossed under and hit at the same time, would it be a cross under? Yes, technically. I don't know. It still becomes a cross up. Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That was good pressure. Because I mean, maybe I could have crouching light kick, but I don't know. Like that was the timing on that was pretty much perfect.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, nice. Oof, that's gonna hurt. Oh, I somehow didn't die.
Oh,
Nice.
I think he dodged it. Like, oh, okay, just got it.
The knee is really interesting. It's got like the fact that you can duck it really makes it so much better. Like that
in some ways.
That, yeah, it's like it gives it this whole new utility that you wouldn't normally have. Like if you could, because I mean pushback would be a problem, I guess, but you wouldn't be able to like throw afterwards. At least I don't think. Can you like standing knee throw? I don't know if that works or not actually.
Shit, I didn't have charge.
Wow.
Nice throw.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's nothing I could have done about that. Even if I jumped, I would have died.
Exactly, yeah. Calling it down.
He's got a for some reason Wingnut's jump animation takes longer than everyone else's in the game. This is 8 frames.
You'd think the Pixie wouldn't like be like that.
It's strange, but I think I kind of understand why they did it because like otherwise his air moves are just so good.
Yeah.
I mean his ground game's decent. That's not like terrible. I mean he's got good normals, but in general, the dive is definitely the scariest move he has. Nice knee. Very nice. That's what you gotta do.
That guy doesn't do like insane chip damage like say Raph Super.
It does do good chip damage, but it's
but
like
not
you have to be
insane
on top
chip
of them.
damage.
You have to be on top of them. That's when it does insane chip damage.
Okay. Where both sides are hitting.
Yeah, then it's like I don't know. In my opinion, it gets pretty crucial. Like especially since at that point, if it's full cross up, I don't think you can escape out of that. I think that is genuinely a free throw.
Round 1. Fight.
Ooh,
nice.
Oh, very.
Hey. Woo! That's why you don't give up, kids.
It's true, especially in this game. I mean, once you have super, I mean, it's pretty much anyone's game.
Round 2. Fight.
This game has, like, X Factor. It really does. I don't think it hurts it, though. Like, in general, being able to get super meter faster just makes it so that most of the characters have, like, a chance to come back. Like, I don't ever feel like supers are, like, so oppressively cheap. Maybe Mike's is kind of good like that, but I don't know if I'd say it's, like, insanely good.
Oh. Shit. Oh, wrong move. Nice. Good bait. Hey. Not over yet, though.
Nice.
And then,
Very
yeah,
nice.
closing it out with that.
Good games, man. Very good games. The one thing I will say, if you ever get a chance to play against a wingnut, make sure you take the first player side. You do not want one player wingnut all in your face. It is a very different match. I usually try my best not to pick one player wingnut because of that fact. He really is just a completely different character, but I like as a tactical thing, you could always do that. So just, you know,
in tournament play,
yeah, exactly.
all's fair. Yeah.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
It's because of the cross-ups, right?
Yeah, you've seen some of that stuff. But the problem is, like, if you have the dive, you can't really use it the same way. So, yeah, he's still plenty good. It just means you have to time everything even more perfectly, as opposed to before, where it was just like, oh, okay, I can just literally just do down and heavy kick, and it'll just set up a cross-up 100% of the time. You can still do it though. It's still there.
Oh, it's interesting that you can still do it though, because like in say Vampire Savior, right? Player 2 gets corner cross up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's more like you either can or you can't, kind of thing. You know, not a different timing, as far as I know. The thing is, I haven't looked too much into it because I usually would just give people player 2 if they ask, because my character in base Allbath doesn't have a cross up.
Oh.
So it's like, well,
like you could be a jerk
like,
and be like, oh, well, I'll take that.
I mean, in tournament it is what it is, but to me it's like when I'm playing Vampire Savior, if I'm in the corner against a character like that, cross up or not, it's bad news.
That's a good point. It's not like Wingnut only has the dives. That's for sure.
I ain't gonna fight too much on it. It's also because it's like I haven't fought anyone who I felt has beaten me only because of it.
Who's got like the cheapest version of it? I would assume.
Well, just think of like who has cross-ups, right? So like I think Wolf likes it a lot, especially. Okay, so he can set it up pretty well. But like Sasquatch can do it pretty well, but he has like ridiculous mix-up anyway. So you know, I mean, Wolf mix-up is strong, but like Sasquatch mix-up is so strong. It's like, well, does he really care?
I think
Morgan can do pretty well with it. Morgan and Lilith, I think, can do pretty well with it too, though. But they usually offer either high, low, or pressure depending on if it's Morgan or Lilith. Just thinking about it in theory-wise. Yeah,
it's a VS. You know, it's one of those things. It's like all the alpha games, everything. Like they all have that weird like 2-player advantage thing. So it's like, how do you fix something like that? Like even if we were to like go back and fix it in this game, like what makes more sense? Do you make it the slightly less ridiculous version of Wingnut the standard, or do you make the crazy version the standard? So it's like it's a conundrum in and of itself. I would think in VS you would just make it so everyone can cross up 100% of the time, but I don't know. We haven't reached that time in the world yet where Vampire Savior gets a fan hack. I mean, it's gonna happen.
There are like,
wait,
but the
what?
thing is, I mean, not like full rebalances, but I mean, like the tech has been developing.
Oh,
for it.
Okay.
There's already like palette there's like palette hacks already too.
Yeah.
Such,
yeah,
but no. The thing is that like that's cool, but you know Japan isn't gonna care, and in the end, so I mean care in the end. So it's like no matter how good like a balance you make the game, and Akaris is always just not gonna have push block. That's that, right? On the other hand, like this game is a more niche community.
Yeah.
So that's why I can see like rebalances like picking up popularity, right? You have fan favorite characters too that are like not good, like Leonardo and such. So
That's the thing that's so weird about this game. Like, really, I think most of the community is okay with the stuff that's kind of like really good. Like Chrome Dome being able to kill half the cast with a throw loop. I mean, yeah, that's really strong. But by that same token, it's Chrome Dome. Like, you pretty much have to, like, if it wasn't for that, Chrome Dome would be like such a technical character that almost no one would play him. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. It's a tough dynamic to strike. How do you make it more approachable, but at the same time also not alienate the people who are big into the game to begin with? That would be like the first thing you start with, is fixing like obvious flaws in the engine. Like, okay, obviously they didn't intend you to have two different ways that this move works depending on which side you're on. Stuff like Mikey's charge back and then forward and punch doesn't work the same way as it does from one player to two player. Like, stuff like that. If stuff like that were something that could be fixed in Vampire, like if you could fix the cross-up thing, do you think people would care? Do you think people would actually play it?
No. Even if you fix Zabel jump light kick, it still wouldn't really do much. It's kind of interesting. Japan, they soft banned like Zabel jump light kick unblocked, and the best Zabel player won one of those tournaments anyway. Like he is that good a character, but I admit it's the least fun thing for me to fight against in VSAV by far, just because it's like, well, I couldn't do anything. Like, you can't guess right when it lands. It's like, because, you know, if you're like facing down like ridiculous mix-up, right, whether it's Zabel, Sasquatch, QB, or whomever, it's like, well, you know, if I did like the RPS on defense correctly, like, I could have gotten out, right? It sucked, it was overwhelming, but it's not like I couldn't do anything. I could have prayed harder or something like that, right? When Zabel, in some situations, like, lands a jump light kick, like, there's nothing you do. Because, like, even though Dark Force is invincible, the game doesn't let you do a reversal one. Frame 2 is the earliest it can come out.
Oh my god. So yeah, I mean, I've played against Vicky a bunch, so I know all about the...
jump light kick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I know all
she'll
about it.
She'll do it to you dirty.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think if there's anyone in this game who's really that oppressive. Even Armagon has bad matchups. Zabel is definitely like...
Well, it's a different kind of oppressive to me, because like some matchups it's just so hard to punish Armagon's flash kick.
Yeah,
in particular.
There are characters who have a hard
That's
time.
what really pisses me off about the matchup. Like, I'm trying to lab punishes and nothing is coming, and Min is just like flash kicking in my face, and I can't like stop him from doing it because I'm not getting any punish on it.
Yeah, Shredder versus Armagon is an interesting match too, because as a charge character, like you kind of want to punish with charge moves, but it's not always possible.
I'm not even trying to punish with jabs or throws. I can't. At least that was my last time.
Throws yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that would be that's an interesting way to balance Armagon. Make it so that he's throwable instead of like you can't hit him, but you could throw him. That would be. It would still let you rush down, but it wouldn't make it so that you were completely and totally safe upon doing it. There's
how good throws are. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like here's the deal. If the person doesn't throw, you can just rush them the fuck down. But if they know to throw, now you gotta at least deal with some wake up pressure. That would be. I've never thought of it that way, but that actually would be. That would be an.
That would be the Guilty Gear Strive way to do it, apparently, because at least as far as the beta went, DPs were not throw invincible.
I just picture that one clip I saw with Dan doing the jumping light punch and then hitting grounded.
Oh yeah, because they took the they forgot to remove the flag of like Dan is in the air, so Dan was on the ground.
I think that would be what you do to Armagon. Make it so that when he's
force grounded.
Yeah, that
would I would love to do that to Dimitri personally.
Yeah, that's another.
Or Sailor Neptune too. Yeah, just keep him grounded.
So that's
funny because like Neptune, I don't mind the matchup as much as some other people do with my character. Like, sure, whatever. But just like in general, like characters with like really strong DPs that have like very little ground recovery. And the thing about Dimitri is like everyone else has more ground recovery on their DP than he does. Dimitri has one frame landing recovery. On the other hand,
are you kidding me? I didn't know it was that. I mean, It's funny. Back in the day when I actually played VSAV seriously, like at the one arcade that had it around here. I played Dimitri because I liked the reverse dragon punch as a super. Like that to me, that was actually why I liked.
Oh yeah, the 263 motion. Okay, yeah.
that was the number one thing that made me enjoy the character, was just rushing up and grabbing someone at the last possible second like that. Like, uppercuts are ridiculous. You're right.
Well, the uppercut makes it scary though too, because like you get to play DP throw mix up because there's no super flash.
It's such a fun character.
I think he is a fun character, because he's playing a different game to an entertaining enough degree. Since everyone is like go fast except for like Anakaris, and Dimitri's like, nah, we're gonna slow the game down a bit. Like, you have to play have to play at my pace. And it's funny too because like that trips up a lot of players in VSAV, even like strong ones, because they in almost every other matchup they can try to run their neutral and offensive game and oppress you as much as they can. The strong Dimitri is just like, chill. We're taking it slow.
I now realize back in the day there was an arcade called Game Time up around here, and that was where I used to play. Like, seriously, that was like the only arcade that ever had good competition for the game. I knew one arcade that had it, but this is like way later. This is back when like Tekken Tag 1 was still getting played, but Tekken 4 had just come out. That was when I played Darkstalkers against really good people in Maryland, and that was like, whew.
All right. Oh yeah, I got a Tournament Fighters question, right?
Yeah, of course.
I forgot if I asked this to you or someone else, right? But I was looking at the frame data for the game a while back, and I'm looking for like oddies or interesting things with like maybe more underexplored characters in it. Mm-hmm. And I saw that Leo's like Light Punch Tatsu could be like +7 on hit or something like that, or +4 on hit. I forgot which, but like, has there anything come of that? Does he have any kind of like Tatsu extension combo, or?
Well, he does have instant death, like he has dizzy combos with quarter circle back and punch. But the thing is, of course, they have to you have to land them as a cross up, and the person has to be standing. So that's really the biggest issue with the Tatsu, is that unlike Shredder, where the knee going against people who are ducking being like an advantage, with Leo it's like it's too slow. And even though he has like a ridiculously good DP and he has a really solid throw, and even his fireball is like a pretty solid reversal, he just doesn't have the same sort of strength to capitalize off of it. But I will say, it would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see someone who tried to use it like that, because as it is now, most of the time when I see people do that, they either go for like a crouching light kick to crouching roundhouse, and they'll do quarter circle back and light punch to kind of like move in slightly and bait you to try and punish. But it's not as good as it seems. Like, it sounds like it's going to be good until you see Leo start spinning, and it's just like something about it. Like, it says hit me. Like, it's like the second you see him start spinning around, you're like, well, I know I could duck and punch him now. Like, he cannot hit me. So it's just different. You're 100% right. That's actually a really good idea, but I have no idea how you would apply it in a match where a person actually knows that you could duck that move. Because if you know that, it's just not scary anymore. In the sequel, it got better. In Tournament Fighters Cross Justice League, it actually combos.
Well, yeah, because you guys are designing that game to actually like work properly.
Yeah. I guess that would be an interesting buff for Leo, though. Make it so that you couldn't duck that. I think that's on the list. Streetwise is also in the development team, and I'm pretty sure he's brought it up in the past. Like, as a Leo player, he definitely he wants Leo to be a better player, like a better character. I think Leo's actually surprisingly good once you understand that he's just basically Guile. Like, he really he's.
I wish he was Guile.
He's got so standing fierce.
Like, he's like
and heavy punch.
Look,
his
I'm just saying.
Fireball is down back forward. So in my mind, that qualifies him.
All right, but he's like ST Guile at best, and ARM is CE Guile. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess you got a point. He's definitely a much shittier Guile than Armageddon. I like, if you changed his moveset to be down up for his uppercut. I mean, it even kind of has that Sonic Boom thing going on, like that slash. Not Sonic Boom, that flash kick thing going on.
Yeah, the arc. Okay.
That's just my opinion on Leo. I like Leo a lot in this game, but I do feel like you said,
he feels lacking. Yeah,
we got to be missing something.
I've seen Sanford just get mad frustrated trying his best.
Oh. That is rough. It sucks when you play a character who's not like really really good. Like if you're playing War, this game's not that fun. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like War is fun. He's like a really crappy Honda, but like he's just like against some characters you just get destroyed. Like,
you can't give War any merits. You can't praise him at all because then you lose the ability to joke about him with the song. Like War, what is he good for? Absolutely nothing.
I see your point. I see your point on that one. I like.
So yeah,
I like,
my stupid joke has to take priority over any merit the worst character in the game might have.
He got plenty of buffs in the sequel. It's okay. Once again, I'm not 100% sure what the plan is for the following Championship Edition. At this point, Championship Edition is getting its update. That's going to be adding the new colors and there's going to be more new colors for the characters. The stages are going to be different. The HUD is going to be updated. So look forward to that. We just have to identify all those PAL mod things. That's the one thing that's kind of nice is that this is literally just a PAL mod fix. You know, it's just we need to change these colors. So once someone identifies the values, we'll be good. And we got someone to do it. So it's gonna be somewhat soon and coming down the line. I'm excited to see what people think of it. That and with Clay Fighter coming out, I'm really excited to see what people think of the new Clay Fighter that we're making. That's gonna be. I can't even believe.
Which game is that going to be based on?
It's going to be based off of Tournament Edition, and let's just say Zool. He's the guy who made all of the Clay Fighter combo videos. He is the one who's doing the hacking, and it's crazy. The game is just so different. There's new moves. The game is rebalanced. It still has infinites and stuff like that, so it keeps some of that HNK old school goodness. It's still not easy to do those big combos, but it's very entertaining. Right before this, I was running a playtest for it. So if you are really a big fan of Clay Fighter and you want to try out the new version and help us playtest it, feel free to reach out to us because we're looking for more people. Currently, the people who were in the tournament that we ran for SawCon, that's our testing team, and we're using that to kind of like get a read on what people think of the new updates. There's so much cool stuff. Like I don't know if you've ever played Clay Fighter, Dai, but
only casually. I have a very random Clay Fighter story though.
Oh, what is it?
Clay Fighter is the only fighting game that I have ever played with my maternal grandfather.
Holy crap!
And maybe the only time I've ever seen him play a video game, and it was actually at a Blockbuster.
Oh my god, that's great! That is a very 90s memory right there. That's super cool. That's awesome. Yeah, remember, it wasn't like at a kiosk or something like that?
Yeah, it would just have to be on the kiosk, and gone past time. I'm like, yeah, fighting game, right? I had seen Clay Fighter in a, I think it was a Nintendo Power magazine originally. Right,
okay.
So that was like my first time actually playing it. So like, yeah, okay. The second time I played Clay Fighter was in a video store in Manhattan. It was a big store, like it had multiple floors, but it wasn't a chain. I do not remember the name of it, unfortunately. It happened to be across the street from where an aunt we were visiting of mine lived. And like, yeah, we went there a couple of times, and one time they just had Clay Fighter on a kiosk, and I just like played some guy once.
Man,
so, yeah.
It's crazy looking back on the stuff like that. Like that sort of stuff just doesn't exist anymore. It's crazy. 90s were an amazing time to grow up. Let's be real. If you didn't grow up then, you might not ever really realize it. But the world was definitely a different place. Maybe not always for the better, but at least for people who liked video games, it was pretty cool.
Well, it was more of a sense of discovery without the internet being prominent. Just because, like, sometimes you couldn't tell what was real or what was fake as far as, like, the stuff you would hear, right? Or, like, just things wouldn't be immediate, or rather, like, things wouldn't be discovered immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Just those things haven't. I found out about Marvel 2 completely randomly. Because it's like, the games would just come out, I would, like, see them as wherever place that had an arcade cab would have it. Like, I found Marvel 2 at a random corner store for the first time when it was a thing. One I didn't even go to often, actually.
Wow.
and just having like great, like this is amazing. There's so many characters and there's more hidden ones.
I remember the way we I was like an arcade nerd. I spent like all of my time at the arcade as a kid. So it was one of those situations where the arcade that I went to, I knew like some of the people who like helped like run it and stuff like that. Just, you know, because you spend enough time there that you kind of become friends with arcade people. And the operator was like, yeah, we got in a new game. And I had heard of Marvel 2. And they were like, we're putting in Marvel 2. So many people were like just in the arcade and immediately just lost their shit. Wait, what? Marvel 2? And it was just, I don't know. Like, I look back on that. Actually, one of my best friends, I met him that day because of Marvel 2. I ended up because of course I was stupid enough to have gone out and bought a Dreamcast, and you know what I mean. Like,
that's stupid.
Well, okay, so hear me out. I did all the stuff that you did like when you first got a console. Like, you know, you get a Saturn or something like that. You're like, oh, I'm gonna mod it and I'm gonna get all this stuff on it so I can play import games. And of course, Dreamcast, you didn't even do any of that shit. It's like it got hacked so fast. But I was so excited for the system. I went out and bought it day one, shipped it off to North Carolina to get it modded. And after all that, I didn't even buy Marvel 2 when it first dropped. I fucking bought Power Stone 2 like a fucking dumbass. I look back on that time and I'm just like, I bought Guilty Gear X. Like, no one played Guilty Gear X back then. It was literally just me in a training room.
It was a lot rarer, yeah.
So yeah, like, Dreamcast, great system, but at the time when it launched, no one played any of these games. So it was one of those things.
Some exceptions, because like Marvel 2, Power Stone was pretty popular in my area, even though I didn't have like a Dreamcast in Prime, like when it was new. But there were a few Power Stone 2 cabinets across Brooklyn, so I knew a fair amount of people who loved the game.
That's so crazy to me. I'd never seen a Power Stone 2 cabinet outside of like I saw one at a Galloping Ghost and stuff like that. You know, you see them at like conventions and shit, but never at an arcade. So like that's super cool.
No, see, that's the thing, right? I never saw one in an arcade. The two main places I saw Power Stone 2 at were both comic and card shops.
Oh, see, yeah,
Funny enough.
that's what I miss, man. I remember back in the day when you go to a comic book store and they would have at least one arcade machine. That's actually how I played Samurai Showdown 3 and Samurai Showdown 4. That shit was so hype back in the day.
Like a real formal arcade I would have to be driven to, just like distance wise.
Okay.
But like bodegas and comic stores were within like simple walking distance for me. So as long as like I was allowed, you know, to go out, I could go. Right?
That's
you know, like, you know, gotta do my homework, or, you know, I gotta practice for my next sporting event I gotta play. You know, like if I had like free time, I'm like, you know, mom, dad, like let's go around the corner.
That's so cool, man. I was
like
such a sheltered child. Like, it's funny. I say I spent so much time at the arcade. I think it's just because my parents didn't know what to do with me. They're just like, just go to the arcade. You're good. You got this. Oh my god, it's just crazy looking back on it and just thinking about like the sheer. I wish once again. This is the sort of thing where it's like I wish I had kept track of like how much money I had spent at arcades or something like that. Just maybe that's just me, but some weird, sick reason I actually would be interested in knowing that stuff. I don't know. Well, I was gonna say, I mean, you've already beaten the pants off me. I'm pretty much done for. Is there anything you wanted to try out real quick on Fightcade 2 or anything like that?
Yeah, right? These two motherfuckers.
You want to try them out?
You show me, because I don't know their moveset.
Okay, well, I can tell you. I can tell you all the stuff that you need to know about them. They are very, very, very easy to explain. I'll start with Karai, and then we'll.
I know there's like, Karai has some kind of ridiculous air punch, and Rat King has some kind of ridiculous grab.
So the big things about
her animation, like her entire lower body just stays still. I'm sorry.
It's no, I don't blame you. It is quite funny. So Karai, she's got like fake Vega. She's got light punch and light kick, heavy punch and heavy kick. She's got.
Is it a charge? Or?
No, just press them. Heavy punch and heavy kick. We'll do like if you jump, you could do her air normals too, which are ridiculous also.
Wait, how'd you do the wall jump?
Okay, so light punch and light kick will do the throw.
Oh, that
And heavy
one.
punch and heavy kick does the
Yeah. And I think
That move-
she has a corsical bat. Oh no, it's just hold back. Never mind.
Yeah, she.
Oh my
literally
god,
has
this
those two
animation.
moves. It's pretty amazing. I over the years have gotten used to seeing it because people do like to pick Karai, especially if you have like the unlocked version.
This looks like an attack.
It does look like an attack.
Yeah.
But you almost never even see that because her standing back and punch is just so good. Like it's like, why would you not use this? Like if you're
Oh yeah, she doesn't have a super, right? Oh, she does.
Yeah, no,
Never
she still
mind.
has super. It's weird.
Even though it's like mapped.
It's bizarre. Like I said, she's a really simple character. Like she's designed to be a boss character, obviously.
Yeah.
Her jumping light kick and her jumping heavy kick are also ridiculously good too. You should try those. People have been like, how could she teleport? She literally has like, it's insane. It's so good. You can cross up with it.
Yeah, you can whiff, go low.
Yeah. Oh, another thing is she also has the highest stun in the game. Everyone else except for Raph and Mikey have 550. Everyone else has 600. She has 850.
Yeah,
so
because you can stun the boss so easily.
Well, I mean, she's obviously designed to be like broken, like really, really good. I was gonna say you're not the video's not on the screen if you want to.
Oh crap. Totally, because I didn't think I was gonna do more. Yeah, shit. Let me.
Well, it's okay. How long would it take to show that again? It's not like it's
not
by
very
the way,
long.
All these characters, every single character does have extra colors, including the bosses, and we've got some really.
Yeah, I
good
saw
ones
that.
too.
Yeah, I did like that green on Karai.
Yeah, there's, and they're all references. Like I said, every single one of these is a reference.
Oh god, I'm so sorry for like the few of you.
Oh, no, it's well the VOD later. I mean, you can just clip it out. There you go.
No, I'm not even gonna. I barely edit, to be frank.
You got to get into editing. No, I'm just joking. Don't worry about it.
I'll edit when I make real money. So yeah, like punch, right?
That shit is ridiculous.
Oh.
And of course, so the down in I think it's just I think that's just light punch. Her down fist. You can use that as a cross up. You can use that as a cross up. It's not super.
It looks like it could be because it looks like.
It's not super worth it. I mean, obviously, Karai has so much good stuff. It's like, okay, well, this is like you don't have to worry about this at all.
Yeah, blocks just so I could like do the super, even though it has an overlapping motion. Yeah, I bet I'll be able to meet her real fast. Oh, she could throw with light punch. Why?
Oh yeah. No, that's what makes it so cheap. Is that if the person gets too close while you're doing that, you do a jumping fierce punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that builds
builds
like
way faster.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's like raw.
I mean, it's one of the worst supers in the game, but it's like she doesn't even need it. Like it's just like you really like. She does lose to certain characters, but
you can do those in the air.
Yeah, she does it in the air too. On top of all of that. And the funny part is, like I said, Karai really, despite having all this stuff that actually is pretty solid, doesn't need any of it. Really, just doesn't. That back and light punch and that jumping fierce punch are so good.
Oh, like, I just realized that color's a reference to the general, isn't it?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah, that green is like a silver shade. All right, you got a Victor? He's stitched up. He has to have Victor, right?
I don't think we got. I mean, remember we're adding more colors. If you got a suggestion, we can try.
That's the suggestion. Victor.
Okay.
Because look, it's a stitched up. It's a stitched up grappler.
So so you're gonna have to send me an example of exactly how you'd want it to look. But I definitely think we could do that. I mean, he did, like you said, he's a grappler. He's stitched up. It does feel appropriate.
Yeah.
We're trying to come up with 3 more colors for each character, so it's not like it's gonna be a big deal if that's something we add.
Oh my god, normal looking moves. Okay, that's pretty absurd. But
so
still.
that move is really good because after you catch it, you get a free combo afterwards. So you can do standing roundhouse to crouching.
Does it hit overhead?
I don't believe it does.
Why is this crouching light kick?
It's weird.
Like all of these look normal, and then he does this.
It's clear
Hit on the way
not
up.
have enough frames of animation. Oh, that crossed up.
Nice.
So he's
Player
got
one, baby.
I didn't even know. But, the thing that makes him really messed up is the standing roundhouse. If you just do standing roundhouse to crouching roundhouse, it's just stupid.
That's a combo.
The worst part about that is
you see that animation though? Shakes his finger when he's dizzy.
He's like back. do the standing roundhouse and then crouching roundhouse, and then command grab. It's just half circle forward and heavy punch. Basically, it's a frame trap.
Yeah.
It's a frame trap. So even if they block, by default, they're either getting dizzied or they're getting sweep canceled into throw. So by default, I think Rat King is actually a little bit better than Karai. I think the big thing about Karai is that, God, look at how much money you have.
Okay.
See, look, that's a dizzy.
Dizzy.
So like that in and of itself is ridiculous. It doesn't re-dizzy, but if you block, like I said, you get the rat bomber. So like,
wait, I'm looking at the range on this.
Yeah, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrously good. Try doing a crouching roundhouse into it.
No, because I need to see the supers.
Oh, okay, sure.
Or unless you take the round, yeah.
Oh well, sure. I mean,
yeah, you do the crouch. No, you do the crouch roundhouse into it.
I keep forgetting that, but we changed that in TMNT Cross Justice League, so my brain is slowly rewired for that version of Rat King. Come on.
Okay,
it's a cool looking super. I mean, I like that super. It's pretty cool.
So, what are his other special moves?
So he's doesn't really have a lot of special moves. Like you saw, he's got command grab and he's got command normals. That's it. He doesn't have that's it. Like he doesn't have like a DP or a half circle or anything. I mean, he's got a half circle forward and punch, but all of his moves all of his moves are just distributed onto these. Like you could literally just be like, oh, look, and that hits twice.
That does mad damage.
Hits twice.
That's standing too.
Yeah, so he's got the longest throw range in the game.
Even Gonzalez from Dankuga is like he's like ashamed of himself, bruh.
Well, there's a reason we ban Rat King. Okay, let's just leave it.
No. Of course, yeah. This character is banned. That is most absurd.
Well, then that's, as Streetwise just pointed out, sometimes you do even more damage. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like Armagon versus Rat King is a little bit more of a sporting chance, but the problem is that grab, as you saw, it just has so much reach. I mean, you can't even accidentally get another move, so you just walk up and throw people. It's ludicrous. And then you didn't actually get to try that. That's the one thing you didn't get to see. That really is what cements him as absolutely ludicrous.
Let me put it back.
Doing the standing roundhouse, crouching roundhouse, half circle forward and punch. Try that, and you'll see why it's like okay.
That combos, or are you gonna block?
I'm gonna block, but you're gonna see how good that is actually. So do standing roundhouse, crouching roundhouse, and then into it.
Oh, standing roundhouse, right?
Roundhouse, yeah. And you can grab off of that.
Yeah.
So basically, anytime a crouching roundhouse touches someone, you get a free throw.
Yeah, you just gotta be a little quick with it.
And of course, that roundhouse sets it up too. So technically, you don't even have to go for the trip. The trip just combos, so it's all one thing. So it's like, you might as well just go for the crouching roundhouse. But yeah. So if you ever needed a reason to tell someone, please stop picking Rat King, just show them that shit, and they'll understand. You can also do standing roundhouse to jumping roundhouse, and that's really good too. This is that also is very, very strong. This jumping roundhouse is like instantaneous. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that's not as long as it's not from a jumping attack. So that's the reason why you have to do the crouching roundhouse. I couldn't remember for sure, but that is the reason why you do that. But yeah, so those are the bosses. They are absolutely ridiculous. One day, hopefully, they will be rebalanced. I would like to see them rebalanced so that they're not quite as insane. Karai might be a lost cause just because you can see how much animation she has.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Rat King, like, oh, this is kind of normal. Oh, okay.
Rat King having one move, if that doesn't indicate to you there was a bit of a crunch in time for the bosses, then I don't know what would. But,
and yeah. Karai doesn't have more animation than, say, Mutant Warriors?
No. None of the The only thing that got added was Asuka's bounce, and that's it. That's the only animation that I know of that was added.
Oh, okay,
Everything
okay,
else is
yeah.
the exact same. So, yeah. It's like you said, they're different games. I only wish they had caught a few more things. Like if they had caught the Chrome Dome loop, or like something else had happened, then I feel like this game, or maybe if they had nerfed Armagon a little bit. But instead, all they did was just make Asuka different. They didn't even really nerf her. They just changed her. She's still very good at what she did in the other game. She's just slightly worse at some of the things that were extra cheap.
Go figure, right?
But yeah, like I said, for anyone who's interested, make sure you drop by. Good games, by the way. Very, very, very good Shredder play there. I was
Thank you.
very impressed.
I appreciate it.
I'm barely just one nerf away from top tier. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. One nerf away from being top tier. But yeah, I only did I did a couple of matches yesterday with one of the people, but I only got to like 4 games before I don't know if he quit or if because there's like no chat indication in it, so I don't know if he quit or if 5K just froze. The connection wasn't as good as it was to you, but it was 3-bar, no Wi-Fi, but like
SNES 9X is
better.
Limited.
But
it's limited. That's the biggest issue, is that you get so used to the niceness that is FB Neo, and you're like, oh, I can type in here, all this other stuff. So fingers crossed. I mean, I'm contributing, what is it, $20 a month, $25 a month to Fightcade, and I hope they're taking that money.
I gotta be real though.
What's that?
I would donate hundreds of dollars to Fightcade 2 if they could get proper 4-player rollback on emulator. So I could play like my sports games. And they said, yeah, it could be possible, but it'll be really hard to do.
Yeah. I mean,
and I absolutely, I admit it, it's probably not a priority, but I'm just saying, I am at the point of the pandemic crushed my plans to make an NBA Jam Tournament Editions offline series alongside locals for Marvel 2.
Yeah.
Because that was when I was going to start it in May, and this is going to be great because Marvel 2 was getting hype with remember they were going to do the Evo exhibition?
It was, yeah.
Well, not for the anniversary. People are getting into Marvel 2. I recruited a bunch of people at the barcade for NBA Jam that I could call up, right? Just hanging around the area, since it was right smack into one of our the barcade was right near one of our local hangouts in Manhattan. So it was just recruit people, building time. All right, now it's gonna be the time, and then it's almost a year later.
I sympathize. I do sympathize. It's fucking annoying that the best way to play NBA Jam is either with Parsec or over the cabinet.
Yeah, the one-up cabinet. And I thought about getting that too, but the dimensions just aren't going to work for my house.
Yeah.
For my room in particular.
They're cool. They're really cool, but I don't really see myself getting too excited over it. It's just
there's even a way to get wired on it through I saw a thing about that, right?
Wow.
That you could just use a USB splitter, so then you could have multiple USB ports, and then you could use the Ethernet or USB to Ethernet.
Oh wow! Okay, it's nice that it supports
and it worked. It supported perfectly. I'm like, wow, this is great. And then I did a bunch of tape measurements in my room, and it's not gonna fit.
You're gonna have to convince yourself. At some point, you're just gonna be like, fuck it, I'm buying it. it's only a matter of time.
Oh well, I was I have 2 boards.
That's the depressing part. You have really nice setups, but you can't use them because you can't leave the house. It's no. After all that stuff about Brooke doing those SNES converters, or the release of TMNT Cross Justice League, it's oh, great. It's rough. It's rough times. It's rough times to be a TO for a lesser known game. There's no question on that.
Unless your game has a rollback.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
then you do pretty well.
I mean, I can't cry too hard about that. I mean, how many people would love for Smash Ultimate to have rollback, and that doesn't have it. Tournament Fighters does though. So I mean, one of these days though, it would be nice to see NBA Jam get its due. It really does deserve an updated port with I get so mad about.
Well, that was about as good a port as you could get though on the 1-up. Because of player licensing issues and whatnot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they still kind of have them in the game in a weird situation, but yeah, there's some player licensing issues and things like that.
I did not know that. That's crazy. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but
yeah, because of like how the. So the thing is, right? If you follow like basketball video games in the '90s, you'll notice Michael Jordan was rarely in them because he wasn't a part of the NBA Players Union.
Oh,
so that's why he was
replaced. They got the licensing. That makes sense. Yeah.
So and Jordan would charge fees. So the story goes specifically for the original NBA Jam, right? That the game was so popular that his agent called and said, "Hey, Michael Jordan, Gary Payton, and Ken Griffey Jr. demand to be in this game." And you're like, "Wait, really?" Like, yes. Like, okay, send us these photos. So there's a very, very limited version of the original NBA Jam that has the Michael Jordan, Gary Payton, Ken Griffey Jr. super team. It's funny because teams only had 2 players in that version anyway. But yeah, about 10 of the boards exist or so. And Gary Payton has confirmed it's real, and one of them is in his garage.
Oh my god.
The other players haven't spoken, but who was it? Termel, I think, said that like there's probably a ROM in this basement somewhere. So if he ends up finding it one day, he'll look to dump it. But we haven't heard from him regarding that for years.
Yeah, I know how that goes. You're just like, well, that would have been cool. Maybe someday. You can't. It's like people saying there's a Fighting All Stars board out there, and it's like, oh, that'd be so cool to play it. But it's like, yeah, I'll be like 50 by the time that gets dumped.
The thing though is that that's like an incomplete game. It's cool for history, but I don't see it like actually doing much as far as like being anything serious.
I mean,
like even for shits and giggles, like. The game.
You gotta admit you're curious. You can't say you're not curious.
Sure,
though, right?
I played for about 10 minutes. I mean, I could be wrong. There could be something really interesting about the game, but I feel that if there was, there would have been more progress for a game like that.
Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, that's true. It's just one of those it's one of those same sort of situations where it's like we know someone owns it. Same thing with the PlayStation version of Clay Fighter 63 and a third. That like we know someone owns it. They filmed themselves playing.
So is that why the game is actually called 63 and a third rather than 64? So they could actually put it on the PlayStation?
No, it was called Clay Fighter Extreme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's just more or less them having a goof. You know, Clay Fighters, it's supposed to be a parody, so
yeah. But
yeah, it's I'll put it this way, stuff like that where you know things exist but you can't have them. You're just like, oh, come on, really? Like, I almost wish I didn't know about this. Like, if no one had told me that Ono owns a copy of it, I'd just be like, oh, I guess that game's never coming back. But now it's like, well, Ono owns it. I mean, shit.
Like the rejected Darkstalkers game that Fang was supposed to be in.
Oh, yeah,
but
exactly.
I'd be more like wanting to see it for it's like, man, I'm sure glad we didn't get this pile of shit. Again, though, game in development, etc., etc. Yeah, no, I'm sure like
that version would have sucked. We already know that.
That's a key. Yeah.
I'm not trying to talk trash about first versions of Capcom games, but I think it's universally accepted. Typically, they're not the best version.
All right, though, getting late here, so I think we're gonna chill in. Good games. Appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna look to end it on this note. Just pick anyone.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Wait, did it just save something? Wait, whatever, right?
It was just it's probably some button or something.
Round 1. Fight!
Crusher morons.